Okay, let me also check my YouTube here. All right. It's going live. Yes. Okay, so let me also check my YouTube here. We are live on YouTube as well. Awesome. All right. So welcome everybody. Let me take the link to and share it with the class.
My audio. I think I have a problem with the audio.
I can hear you.
You can hear me clearly. Okay.
Clearly, it's perfect. Nothing wrong with it.
Okay.
Okay, so the meeting is also being recorded. So welcome everybody. I'm excited. Why am I looking so pale though? This is my lighting. Let me check what I look like on YouTube. I look just as pale, but anyway, doesn't matter. Okay, I think it's my lighting. Okay, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining in. We've been together for the last 6 days and WhatsApp, of course. Now, since we are here, can we just take half a second? You don't have to take long, just to show your face and say hello to everybody. These are your classmates. You have not seen each other. You've seen each other chatting in the classroom. Just a little hello would be very nice. And then you can switch your video off afterwards. Is that okay? Is that okay?
No problem.
Jabulile was also here as one of the first people. When I even you're sharp, because whenever you are set, you are ready for class. I appreciate that. Mandla, do you want to say hi to everyone? Benjamin, Mandla, welcome. Even when I just see the names, I can just say Mandla. Now I'm so embarrassed. Mandla, welcome. And no, Benjamin that I'm seeing. Benjamin, welcome. We appreciate you. Jabu, we can see you, but we can't hear you. You are muted. Mandla, we are still waiting for you. Stephen, if you can also just say hello, we'll appreciate it. Thank you, Benjamin.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Stephen.
I'm Stephen Molifi. Hello.
Welcome,
Yes, from Mpumalanga.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
All the way. I'm in Johannesburg. Hey, the scripture space makes our world small and we get to see and to know each other. That's awesome. Who else hasn't said? Jabulile, you can say hi now. Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you? Yes, I've been waiting since 6 p.m.
I'm so sorry. I made a mistake.
No problem.
Livia,
no problem at all.
Welcome, Livia. I'm gonna take my thing a bit high. Oh, now I'm showing the rest of the study. All right. Awesome. All right. So thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate you. Let's get started. So you have been doing training on the basics of cryptocurrencies for the last 7 days. It's the absolute basics. This thing is huge, but we have to start somewhere, isn't it? So I'm going to start today with a special one. So I have prepared some slides for you. So let me share the slides. Let me see. There you go. Can you see the slides? Let me just check on YouTube. If you have joined us via YouTube, I'm not ignoring you. Let me just go in and welcome the people on YouTube. We've got 5 people on YouTube. Welcome. Please, if you can just put your name in the chat on YouTube so that we can see who you are. Appreciate you. Welcome you as well. Please put your name in the chat so that we can talk to you as well. I won't forget about you. Ne? All right. So we've got YouTube on and we've got the classroom on. Awesome. There are about 80 people, if not more, in the classroom. And we only have 7 in here and 5 on 6. Oh, YouTube is growing. 6 on YouTube at the moment. So you are one of the people that says, when I've started something, I see it until the end. I admire your commitment. And sometimes all you need to succeed is to show up, and when you commit to doing something, see through until the end. So congratulations on doing that. So what we're going to do quickly now is just give you a summary of what we did in the last 6 days, yeah. And then if you've got any questions, ask your questions, okay? So let this be interactive. Feel free to interrupt me at any time. You can interrupt me by saying Maggie or putting your hand up. I'll see when your hand is up using those things. Where's that thing? Can I also put my hand up as the host? Okay, I can't put my hand up, but you will see there's an icon to put your hand up. Put your hand up when you want to ask, or you can simply just put it in the chat. And those who are on Facebook, if you've got a question, just simply put it in the chat. Welcome, Busisiwe. I see you have put on your name on YouTube. So if you want to say something, ask me anything on YouTube, put your question in the chat there. Any comments, welcome. All right, so let's start. I'm recording this session as well. If you miss it, you can check it on YouTube, or you can ask me for the recording and I will give it to you as well. Right. So what have we done? Let me summarize what we did in the last 7 days, and then we'll move on to how we close it off. We started by talking about the evolution of money, what I call the story of money. I love the story of money. And, some of these things I learned when I got into the crypto space, which is why I love it so much. I have grown as a person from this thing. So we learned that Bitcoin is money. And we said we can't talk about Bitcoin without relating it back to the evolution of money. Once you understand that it is money, it's better for you to appreciate what it is. So when we talk about the evolution of money, we understand that money is a medium of exchange. It allows us to trade, to exchange value. You won't always have everything that you want, but somebody else might have that thing that you need and you do not have. So what we know is that in early civilization, way before our time, we had what we call the barter system. Okay, the barter system, the idea, remember, has always been for people to be able to exchange value, right? To be able to say, let's use, who have I got there? We've got Abu Stephen there and Jabulile. That's the example that I would use. I always use this one, that you find the two people. Abu Stephen is a farmer. This is now in early civilization, way before our time, when money as we know it today did not exist. So you'd have somebody, Abu Stephen here has got cows, he's a farmer. We've got Jabulile here, she's a farmer, she's got maize. The two, now Stephen says, hey, you know what? I would like some pap with this beef. I can't be having beef all the time. And Jabu says, hey, Bantu, can I just have some some beef? I can't be having pap all the time. So the two start talking to each other. Abu Steve goes to Sis Jabu and says, Sis Jabu, can I have some maize? And for that to happen, there must be an agreement in this communication. They negotiate how much it's going to cost. Remember, there is no money. So what are they talking about? Jabulile would be saying something like, Abu Steve, I'll give you 100 kgs of maize if you give me 1 cow. And then Abu Steve will say, my cow is much more than that. I need 200 kgs, something like that. The two would agree without anybody interfering in this discussion, without anybody coming in to say, this is how you must facilitate this trade. No, it is between the two parties, they agree. Let's say they settle on 200 kgs for 1 cow, then the exchange happens. That is a barter system. That system was dependent on there being a coincidence of ones. A coincidence of ones means that it works as long as Stephen, when he goes to Jabu, Jabu wants something that Stephen has at the same time that Stephen wants what Jabu has. That is a coincidence of ones. But what happens? What happens is that things specialize over time. Then we get Buntate Benjamin, for example. He comes in, he's a shoemaker, and he says, he goes to Jabuli and says, Jabu, I need some maize. And Jabu says, oh, Tate, you're coming at the right time. You know, Mkenke is too much. It is cold. I need some shoes. So the two now decide that, okay, let's get into a negotiation. How much do you want for a pair of shoes? That Benjamin says, okay, give me 50 kgs of maize. They agree, they exchange, it works. But now, 2 weeks later, that Benjamin has used up the maize, goes back to Jabu. Jabu, can I have some maize? Jabu says, Benjamin, I mean, I still have the shoes. They're going to last me for a year or 2 years, so I can't help you. Does it mean that Benjamin must starve now? No, the system had to change. So that's why we are talking evolution. Money is just a means of exchange. Before, there was no token symbolizing this. It was just the actual goods being exchanged. Now, the coincidence of ones will not always work. In this case, when things have specialized, that Benjamin wants something from Jabu, Jabu does not need something at that time, it does not work. But does not mean that somebody must suffer now. What would happen? Now, the community had to agree on what they deem as valuable. The community agrees what is valuable to them that they could use as a medium of exchange to facilitate the trade. In early civilization, we've got things like cowrie shells, we've got things like salt, where a particular community would agree that this thing called salt is so valuable to us that we can use this thing. It is rare. It's not easy to get it. Believe me, that's how rare salt was. The one that we just take for granted today, it was a rare commodity and it was used as money. Cowrie shells were used as money. Different communities agree on different things that they would value. Now, if you look at this, for example, my son, when he was in boarding school, what they used as currency was chicken because they hardly got chicken. So when they did get chicken, that was like a currency. You could get people to do things for you as long as you gave them a piece of chicken. It was a currency in that environment. When he comes home, chicken is not a currency. Same, I hear in prisons. I've seen movies. I've heard people say that cigarette is a rare commodity. It's used as currency, right? But once someone steps out of prison and they join their community, can they still use cigarette as currency? No, that currency does not work outside of your community. The same thing happened. Now in East India, in East Africa, they used cowrie shells as currency. Now the Indians come, when people start moving around and doing trades all over the world, the Indians land in Africa, they want to share their spices, and in East Africa, we want to give them cowrie shells, and they say, hold on, this doesn't mean anything to us. I can't go back with this at home and say I have brought money back. What are these things? So to them, it was not something valuable, though in East Africa, it was valuable within the community. Does it mean that now they must not trade with the Indians? Absolutely not. It means that the means of trading must now change. It's now evolving. So every time the means of exchange was evolving, it was to optimize this exchange of value. It was to move with the times. Now, when this didn't work, we saw the introduction of gold coins as money. Metal money, gold, silver was now used as money. It was difficult to get, it was valuable, it was scarce, so it made of good money. So now gold was being used. As time went on, that also stopped being a working type of money for everybody. Imagine now, there comes let me see who else we've got. There comes Livia. Livia now is a multi-millionaire. Does it make sense for her to be carrying bags of gold coins? No. Even when it was gold bars, does it make sense? No, it doesn't make sense. It's a security risk. Transportability is an issue. So that's when we saw the introduction of the early banks. What the banks did then, they said, bring your gold to the bank. We are going to hold it for you. We will give you a piece of paper, pieces of paper that says, Maggie has brought in so much gold. Livia has brought in so much gold. They give that piece of paper to Livia, and then now Livia can go around. Now, Livia could have gone now to Jabu and said, Jabu, can I have some maize? And if Jabu says, I don't need anything from you, just give me money, they would give him that piece of paper from the bank. And that piece of paper guarantees whoever you give that paper to, that when they bring it back to the bank, they will actually get the actual gold coins. That is how paper money was introduced. But when it was introduced, there was still resistance to that. When we see resistance to new things today, it has always been like that. The Americans said, no, we are not recognizing this kind of money. It came about these paper notes were introduced by the Chinese. And the Americans said, no, we are not going to recognize this. But today, do you know of any country that does not have paper money? I don't. So in the 70s, gold was dropped as a standard that backs money. Our money as we speak today is backed by nothing. And it's called fiat currency, government-owned money. So every government started doing their own thing. They've got their own money. You've got the US dollar, you've got the British pound, you've got the Emalangeni from Swaziland, you've got the Zambian kwacha, you've got the Namibian dollar, you've got the Botswana pula, you've got Maluti from Lesotho. We all have our different currencies, and the South African rand, of course. This money is not backed by anything, contrary to what people think. When cryptocurrency was introduced, people were saying, but it's not backed by anything. And I would ask, what backs the rand? The South African government. What does that mean for you as Stephen? What does it mean for you as Jabu, as Tate Benjamin, as Livia, as Steve? What does it mean for you when you tell me that at least your rand is backed by the SA government? It means nothing. The government owes you nothing. What happened in Zimbabwe? The Zim dollar used to be one of the strongest currencies. When I got clever to exchange rates, the rate of the Zim dollar to the rand was 1 to 3, which means that if you had 6 million Zim dollars, you could come here and have 2 million rands. So it was still quite a good currency. What happened? There was a political meltdown, economic meltdown. Inflation went into hyperinflation. The Zim dollar was devalued. Now imagine if you were Jabulile and you were in Zimbabwe, you were a multimillionaire, you had 6 million Zim dollars, and then the Zim dollar collapsed because nobody now wanted to do business with Zim, because market sentiment and what people think about your country is what boosts your currency. So nobody wanted to do anything with Zim. The Zim dollar collapsed. And there you were at Jabulile, you had 6 million rands. Do you think at that time the Zimbabwean government said, oh, but Jabu had 6 million in the bank, so we are now using the US dollar, we are going to give her the equivalents in US dollars? No, suddenly your money was worth nothing. That is the problem with fiat currencies. It is impacted by what is happening in the economics of the country, in the politics of the country. The decisions that is made by the authorities is what impacts your money. Over and above that, inflation also impacts your money. It makes your money lose buying power. What does that mean? Your money loses buying power when you can get less for your money. What do I mean? I still can't get over the fact that I have to pay more than 70 rands for a 2-liter bottle of oil. I can't get over that. Because not so long ago, I used to pay 25 rands for a 2-liter of oil. Now it's 75 rands. So from 100 rands, I used to be able to get 4 2-liter bottles of cooking oil. Now I only get 1 with the same 100 rand. What happened? The money has lost value over time. It has lost buying power. And that's what inflation does to us. Do you want to be keeping your money in something that loses value over time? Or when you are talking about creating generational wealth, leaving money for your kids, saving for your kids, what do you want? You want to put money in something that grows in value over time. Think about it, Abu Stephen. Let's say you had a daughter who was 10 years old, and you thought, when my daughter turns 21, I'm going to buy a house. And you start walking around, looking around, thinking, what can I get for my daughter? You end up in Waterfall Estate in Midrand. You get there and you see this beautiful apartment, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, dining room, kitchen, you name it. And you're thinking, wow, this would be perfect for my baby girl. When she turns 21, I want to give her this as a gift. Then you think, you know what? Let me not buy it now. Let me put the money away. This 1 million, they say it's 1 million rand. Say, let me put this million away. When she's 21, we're going to buy her this property. Now, fast forward 11 years later, your daughter turns 21 and you say, my baby daddy has been saving for you. I've got 1 million rands. Let's go buy yourself a bedroom apartment, 2 baths, dining lounge. Your daughter's going to look at you and say, Papa, with 1 million rands, I won't get anything like that. I'll probably get a bachelor pad for that. Why? Because your money has lost value over time. That is one of the problems with this space of fiat currencies, government-owned money. So in 2009, something called Bitcoin was born. This currency was born after the 2008 economic meltdown, global economic meltdown. A lot of people lost a lot of money because governments were bailing out financial institutions that had made bad decisions about where to invest their money. In that case, it was property, and the property market was overpriced, and they gave people huge loans, and the property market didn't take off, and people could not afford to pay those loans. And then they started, so the financial institutions found themselves in a jam, and they had to be bailed out. And in that doing, people lost a lot of money, right? People who had nothing to do with these decisions. And then somebody said, no. We need to get money that is owned by the people, for the people, by the people. How do we do that? Blockchain technology came to the rescue. Blockchain, the technology that powers Bitcoin, not owned by anybody. Not owned by any one single person, not owned by any government. It's a global currency. This technology is powered by individuals like you and me who choose to participate in a technology, in an economy that says we are going to watch out for each other. We are going to keep each other accountable. Through what? Through a technology that is built and based on mathematics. It's cryptocurrency. Crypto means encrypted, secret. So the secret of this code is locked into mathematics. Cryptography is used to secure this platform called the blockchain. It is made up of a whole lot of computers that are owned by individuals who are incentivized to participate in this by what? By being issued new coins. That is what we call mining. What do they do, these computers? Their job is to confirm transactions and validate transactions. Because we are saying it's not owned by anybody, this system, it means we've got no banks that are running this system. Mathematics is running it. The whole system has been built and designed already. We know that there will only ever be 21 million Bitcoins. It's not that when things are tough, somebody will decide, oh, let's print more money like governments do. There's no printing of more money. It has been locked in. Once something is committed on the blockchain, it cannot be changed. So the formula is there to say there will only ever be 21 million Bitcoins. Boom. That's it. And then it further says that these Bitcoins are not all going to be issued at the same time into circulation. Imagine if all 21 million were issued into circulation at the same time. What would have happened? Nobody knew about Bitcoin. There would be an oversupply of these things. And because there's an oversupply and there's no demand, they would have no value. Nothing values something when there's just too much of something. Nobody values that thing. But when it is scarce and it's difficult to get, the more valuable it becomes. So is Bitcoin. It is designed to be exactly like gold, scarce, limited. Gold is not renewable. Once it's been dug and it's out there, it's out there. And once it's out there, it does not disappear. You've got gold earrings, you've got gold bars, and it keeps its value. That's why you call it a great store of value. Now, Bitcoin was designed the same thing, limited number to be the same, limited number, not all issued at the same time into circulation to maintain what? The scarcity. So how are they issued? Every 10 minutes, a certain number of Bitcoin is issued into circulation. Every 10 minutes. Who issues it? The blockchain. How is it issuing it? It's issued to, and who is it issuing it to? It is issued after a complex mathematical equation is solved by all these computers that are connected to the blockchain that are owned by any one of us anywhere in the world. All these computers are, as soon as they've confirmed a transaction and confirmed that it is valid, they go into a competition. They try to solve a mathematical equation. The same equation, the first one who solves it is issued with new coins. They are rewarded, and that is called mining. So anybody can mine. So that's how those issues are issued. Now the question is, how many coins are issued? Who decides that? It is already built into the framework. It started with 50 coins every 10 minutes. Every 4 years, that number halves. You hear people talking about, it's the Bitcoin halving. Listen out to it. In 2024, we are expecting the next one. The first one happened from 50 to 25 coins every 10 minutes. In 2016, the second halving happened from 25 coins to 12.5 coins every 10 minutes. Last year, May, the third halving happened. We moved from 12.5 coins to 6.25 Bitcoins every 10 minutes. That is what is being issued now. In 2014, it's going to be cut into half again, and to be 3 point something. So what's happening? Imagine this. Imagine when gold was discovered in Gauteng. I can imagine that a lot of gold was available. It was easy to get. They didn't have to dig deep to get it. Just dig, and then you get all this gold, right? And then as time goes, they have to go deeper. And as they get deeper, they get less and less gold. As they go deeper and deeper, less and less gold, the more difficult it becomes, the more specialized machinery they need, the more expensive it becomes, the more dangerous it becomes, but they're getting less and less gold out. Mining of Bitcoin does that exactly, but it is doing it on a digital scale. It's all predetermined. So mining difficulty, when you say mining difficulty has increased, is that you are mining less and less and less and less over time. And it increases as well as more and more players get into the mining space. The competition becomes tougher. So those who mined in its infancy could mine a lot of coins, and the competition was not that much. There were not a lot of miners. But as it went, you're getting less and less coins, yet more and more people are competing for that. So mining difficulty increases over time. And this scarcity of Bitcoin it was causing the price of Bitcoin to go up. People often ask, what drives the value of Bitcoin? The fact that it is limited makes it scarce. Now demand is going up. When demand goes up and there's scarcity of the product, what happens? The value goes up. You know what happened here at home when the coronavirus hit big and last year, and we all went into quarantine, lockdown, and suddenly everyone is saying garlic and ginger are good remedies. What happened to the price of garlic and ginger? Woo! Because suddenly there wasn't enough of it and a lot of people wanted it. It was scarcity. There was less of it, but the demand was high. So the retailers took the price up to the point that they were called to order to say, you can't be doing that. But that is how markets work, right? Just like when we'll go on to this one, continue on this topic. So the price of Bitcoin is also driven by the market. I'll show you in the next slides as well. So now this Bitcoin, global currency, deflationary in character. Remember, our fiat currency is impacted by inflation. With Bitcoin, what we've seen, the trend is an upward trend. It goes up over time. I'll show you in the next slide. And the early adopters of Bitcoin became multimillionaires. And I'll show you in the next slide as well how that happened. Okay, then, so that was Bitcoin. Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency. Since then, there are more than 10,000 cryptocurrencies out there. I think CoinMarketCap last week was actually noting 14,000 cryptocurrencies. The first one was only born in 2009. It's growing and it's growing fast. And I said to you, you are going to be introduced in your lifetime to a lot of cryptocurrencies. You've probably heard people talking about Ripple, and then suddenly they were quiet about Ripple. Heard them talking about Dogecoin, suddenly they were quiet about Dogecoin. You heard them talking about what? Litecoin, suddenly they were quiet. Ethereum, suddenly they were quiet. It goes up. And so you'll hear a lot, SHIB, you'll hear people talking about those coins. What you need to know is that any cryptocurrency you choose to participate in, the onus is on you. This space is not regulated. You need to know where your money is going. You need to understand what your money is doing. So part of this training was to make you realize that there is a process you must follow. So that tomorrow you don't say, but Maggie said I must do it. Oh, but Jabu said I must do it. Oh, but Livia said I must do it. No. When somebody approaches you with anything, it is your responsibility to understand where your money is going. Hence, this education is so critical. You do what we call fundamental analysis. You hear people in this space saying, do your own research. DYOR. We always use acronyms. Do your own research. So the first place you want to go is that to understand is that any cryptocurrency is a project that is owned by somebody or a group of people or an organization. A project where they said, we saw a problem. We found a solution. We used the blockchain to find the solution. And they would document this solution of theirs in a white paper. They say, this is the problem. This is how we are going to solve it using the blockchain in a white paper. It does not end there. Me showing you a white paper does not mean I have got a valid cryptocurrency. It's just my wish list. It's something that I thought about. It does not exist. Right? The next thing that Maggie needs to do, if I have come up with a solution to a problem using the blockchain and I've documented it on the white paper and I've shared it with you, Stephen, don't go saying, there's Maggie coin, I'm going to buy Maggie coin. No. There's certain things that must happen. Remember, we said everything is based on the blockchain, and the blockchain is what? It's a system that has been developed. It's a general ledger that records transactions. But to record those things, we said it's all computer-based, right? It's internet-based. So it must be coded. Code is just a set of instructions given to the computer to say, when this happens, do this. When this happens, do this. That is coding. I know because I'm a programmer, we code these things. A statement that you get from the bank when you go to your ATM, we coded that. When you punch in your PIN number, we have coded something to say, receive this input from the ATM. Decode it, go and verify it against something. And then if it matches, bring their record up. We code all those things. So the white paper is not enough. There must be development. There must be a team, that this project team, the people who came up with this must put together a team that is going to develop this solution. Any solution that is programmed must be thoroughly tested. It's an IT solution, and thoroughly testing takes time. So you find that reputable people that want you to buy into their solution will also have a roadmap to show you where we are going. We are starting here. They might be implementing their solution in phases, but it will be clear to you that this is phase one. By this quarter, would have achieved this. By that quarter, and you wanting to put your money in there, you must follow that. Hold them accountable. If they said by the end of quarter two, we are going to have a platform for you to trade this coin, look for that. It's quarter two now. Where are we trading? And most of the reputable companies don't even wait for you to say, where is it? They have sessions as well called AMA, Ask Me Anything, where they meet with their community and you ask them questions about the product because they want to be transparent. They want you to trust them. So now you know there's a white paper, there's a development team, they are developing this. And then they say, we are going to give you a platform. You must see that platform. I can go in and create a white paper. I can design a get a web designer, design a page, a web page, put out my web page there and say, this is my website. Maggie coin is $200. I can thumbs up $200 and put it on the website. It is coded. Now people go in and say, "Whoa, we saw Maggie coin is $200." Next week, I go to my developer and say, "Put there $100." My developer quickly goes into the code, change 200 to 100, plugs it in there. You come in and say, "Oh, Maggie coin is now $100." Who said? What determined that price? You need to know that. For anything to be of value, there must be a community of people that are seeing value in it. Just like for our rand to have value, we are believing in that currency. If the South African government messed everything up and everybody stopped doing business with South Africa and the market sentiment globally was bad, our rand would be worth nothing because nobody would want to be buying the rand. So now you ask yourself, where is this price coming from? It comes from the market. There must be a market. If you own cryptocurrency, if I have Bitcoin, it means I bought it from somewhere. I buy my Bitcoin from Luno. I buy my Bitcoin from Binance. I buy my Bitcoin from ChainX. I buy it from Altcoin Trader. I buy it from Val-A. There is a place where I can go and buy this cryptocurrency. You must know where this Maggie coin is going to be bought and sold. Once you go to that platform that Maggie gives you, check out, is there actually trading happening? Is there an order book? An order book says a list of people who have put in orders to say we are selling, and a list of people that are saying we are buying. If you go onto Luno, you will see the order book of buyers and sellers. The sellers will be shown in red, the buyers will be shown in green. Now you know that the market let me actually show you this, because sometimes just talking about it, I need you to be clear that certain things you should not fall into just because you just do not understand cryptocurrency and people take advantage of that. I'm just going to log into my Luno and show you the Luno order book. If you've got a Luno app, you can check it on the Luno app. It works exactly the same way. So I'm just going to go into Luno quickly. I'm signing in. Luno is an exchange platform that allows you to buy and sell cryptocurrency. Luno is not a scam. You get people say, I was scammed by Luno. No, you were scammed by somebody who used Luno as a payment system. Okay. Luno will not scam you. It's a legitimate company operating as a financial service advisor. Financial service offering company, and they are legit. I'm just getting my password. I think I'm getting it wrong. Okay, I got it right. So now I have secured my Luno with what we call two-factor authenticator. So it's looking for my authenticator. I'm going to put it in now. Okay. Right. So let me share this with you. Just share my screen with you. There is my Luno screen. I'm not seeing it. Where is it? Hey, band. You can't see my Luno screen. Oh, found it. Okay. So this is Luno, right? Some of you may have it on an app. At the top left-hand corner here, it shows you how much one Bitcoin is. It shows you that it dropped 5% in the last week. Now, I want you to check something here. Hold on. You see here where it says exchange. If I click on there, exchange is where you will exchange your cryptocurrency to your fiat currencies. You see here, there is an order book. On my right, from my right, the second column here, where the arrow is, there's an order book. You can see that there's a list of people waiting to buy. Let's go to Bitcoin and Rand. Okay. Here are people waiting. When you see this, the red part is people who are selling it. The green part is people who want to buy. Okay, so somebody wants to buy 0.0225 Bitcoins. I mean, is selling it. They are selling 0.022. Okay, 0.002535. They are selling that number of Bitcoin for that price. You will see it's always changing, because if you look at the bottom here, it shows you where the trade has happened. Just now, somebody has bought Bitcoin, somebody has sold. When somebody has bought, so somebody sells, somebody buys. So when somebody comes to you with a cryptocurrency and they're saying, here is Megacoin, at least go and check out to say, when they say, oh, and Megacoin is sold on platform exchange. Okay, we're all muted. Okay. Please don't unmute yourself unless you want to ask a question. Jabuli says, I'd see this, but I didn't understand what it was. Okay, all right. So now, so if I come here and say, oh, I've got Megacoin and I'm going to sell it on exchange, MegaX, go into that exchange. Is there something credible that shows you that there's a market for this thing? Otherwise, you are going to be stuck with a whole lot of Megacoins that are worth nothing. You would have taken out your money to buy them. Or you would have been told that you are mining Megacoin and you've accumulated all these Megacoins. What are you going to do with them? They are worth nothing until you can convert them to a rand. If you cannot convert them to rands, you don't have anything, because you can't use Megacoin in South Africa. Nobody knows Megacoin. Nobody accepts Megacoin as payment. And the reason you would be wanting to get that cryptocurrency is because you would be wanting that money to work for you in your rand space. You want to be able to send it to a platform where you can exchange it for rands. So watch out for things like that. So you are in this training so that when you are approached with certain things, you are able to evaluate and make up your own mind. So we went through two cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin Vault and Electric Cash. Same thing. There must be a white paper. Where do you get the Bitcoin Vault white paper? We'll just use it for the sake of time. I will just show you with Bitcoin Vault. I'm going to stop share again. And then if you go to this website, I'm going to go there. Okay. Share the screen. Okay, that was their old website. As you can see, the minute I go there, they say, we've got a new website, go to btcv.com. I'm going to go there. Okay, now here is their website, right? And then if you'll see everything to do with this coin, you go down, they'll tell you where you can buy it, where you can see it. And then as you go down, there's their roadmap. So now they're saying they started here and the ticks, they're showing you where they are. They have achieved all that they wanted to achieve in 2021. No, 2020, 2019, it was launched. Everything that they have achieved, they have shown you. Now they are in Q4. This is what we are expecting to see now. The launch of the BEP20 coin. Okay, because now they've got something. So they'll show you what they're doing. And then I'm looking forward to this one, by the way. The first half, the development of dEPs. Okay, now if you keep going down, you will see here, it shows you their white paper. They show you everything. So now you've got the white paper. It does not mean because there's a white paper, this coin is legit. Remember what I said, right? You can go in and read up their white paper there. They tell you all about their problem statement and they tell you about the solution and how they've done everything. It's all there. Once you've got that, if you go here, let me just go back to this website. You see, oh, oops, let's just go back. It tells you here, it's $7. That's what they say. How do I know? Is there a platform where I can change this thing back to a currency? You can see here how many, when you go to Explorer, how many coins were mined, how many wallets exist, how much those coins that were mined are worth today. You can get all the info. That's the market cap. Okay, now looking at, this is the mining. So you can see that Binance is mining Bitcoin Vault, a lot of Binance. Now you want to know, Maggie, can I sell this thing? I'm going to show you. Okay. Can I sell this thing? That is what you must do with every cryptocurrency. And be satisfied when. So I'm going to show you where you can sell it in South Africa. There are many platforms, but I'm just going to sign into my platform in South Africa. You don't even have to sign in, but let me sign in for the sake of signing in. Let me just sign in. So in South Africa, a platform that allows us, I'm just going to get my, let me just share this so you can see what I'm doing. I'm signing into ChainX. Now it wants two-factor authenticator. That is a second level of security that I have put on. You must do this. It's an app that I've loaded onto my phone. I hope you can see it. So now it gives me a number and it refreshes every 30 seconds. You need this. It's like your OTP. So now I've got a number that I must put in here from my app. Okay, I'm in. Here is the market on chain X. Okay, if you here's the order book here. Here it shows you a list of all the coins that can be dealt with a rand. Where's BTCV? There's BTCV, Bitcoin Vault. One Bitcoin Vault at the moment is 114 rands. Look there. Here is that order book. It's a long order book. You see, they only show a limited number. But you can see that there are people wanting to buy this. They've put in orders to buy. There are people who are putting orders to sell. I mean, somebody here has put in an order. No, I'm on Bitcoin. This is Bitcoin. Go to Bitcoin Vault. Bitcoin Vault. Here's Bitcoin Vault. Okay. There are people wanting to buy. Somebody said, I'm going to buy it, but I only want to buy it when it's 109 rands. And this one says, Mina, I'm only selling mine for 113 rands. So the job of this platform is to match buyers and sellers. So this one says, Mina, I'm only buying at 109. This one says, Mina, I'm selling at 113. The last trade that happened, somebody bought at 114 rands. And when they bought at 114 rands, guess what it did? It set the price at 114 rands. A price of one Bitcoin Vault at that point, it says 114 rands. But somebody says, Mina, I'm not willing to buy at 114. I only want to buy when it's 109. This one says, Mina, the best I'm doing is 113. So until there's a match, this is going to be stalemate. Then somebody's going to come and say, you know what? I really need to buy Bitcoin Vault. I'll just buy for whatever is there. Boom. When they do that, the price keeps changing like that. That is how these markets work. And then somebody says, hey, you know what? I can't wait. I need to get rid of my Bitcoin Vault. I need the money. I want to sell at whatever price. And then they'll be selling. I need to sell at whatever price. They will drop their price and then it will match this. They will drop it and say, okay, I'm selling. I might as well sell at 109 because there are already buyers waiting at 109. And then when they do that, they have dropped their, if this person says, you know what, I've been sitting at 113 and not budging and nobody wants to buy, and I just want to sell this Bitcoin Vault. What will they do? They will drop the price to 109. When they drop their price, their selling price to 109, it's going to meet this order, and those Bitcoin Vaults, these 11 Bitcoin Vaults will be sold. And what will happen? What will happen then? It would have dropped the price of Bitcoin Vault to now 109. That's why we say that when there are more sellers than there are buyers in the market, the price drops. That's what would happen in that case. Is it making sense though? So what I'm showing you is that you need to do your own fundamental analysis. So I hope that is clear. Let me just go back to my presentation. So you know Bitcoin Vault, where it is. It came to solve a problem of security. It's got the 3 keys that allow you to reverse transactions. So if now, after you read this white paper, you saw this marketplace, you want to ask yourself, do I want to put my money in this thing? The idea behind putting your money in crypto is that over time, this thing increases in value. And you want it to go, when it goes up, you want to own these things because that's when you're going to make money. So you ask yourself, should I put my 10,000 rands in here? What will it be worth in 5 years' time? You don't know. But then you say, okay, what are they offering? Okay, they're saying 3 key security, but is that thing going to be of value to anybody in the future? When I think of Bitcoin Vault, this is the example that I use. I think about my bank. If you are sitting in here today and you are minding your business, Mandla is here, and then as you're sitting Mandla, a message goes through, doop, doop, you check, it just says 50,000 rand just left your account. Mandla goes, what? I did not do that. So what does Mandla do? Phones his bank. Standard Bank, what is happening? 50,000 rand just left my account. They say, oopsie. All right, we see that. All what we're going to do now is we are going, if you are fortunate enough to get somebody now on a Sunday evening, right? They respond and then they say, okay, we are going to stop any further transactions happening of your account. They block your account. But Mandla had plans. Tomorrow morning, Mandla was going to put a deposit for a car. Now he can't because somebody has taken the money from his bank. Now, tomorrow morning, it's up to Mandla again to go and phone Standard Bank and say, Standard Bank, remember that problem that I've got? My money is still not back. Oh, yes, Mandla, sorry, let's put you through to our fraud department. They put you through to our fraud department. Fraud says, we are investigating. in their investigation, they're trying to see if Mandla did not give somebody the banking details, was not your fault. At that time, when Mandla, you are stranded, I think about that and I'm thinking, wow, you know, when I said I'm looking forward to decentralized apps of Bitcoin Vault, it's because with Wrapped Bitcoin Vault, they are going to be able to build applications on Bitcoin Vault. So now I'm thinking, wow, if they're building applications on Bitcoin Vault, imagine if a banking application could be built on Bitcoin Vault. Imagine if my bank had built their solution on Bitcoin Vault. When Mandla is sitting in here now and 50,000 rands goes off his account, Mandla could say, when it says beep, beep, Mandla could check. And now because the app is built on the Bitcoin Vault platform, Mandla could say, I did not do that, cancel transaction. Immediately, money is back into his account. He did not have to phone anybody. He's got all the control. When I think about that, I'm not sure if that's how it's going to work in the future, but I like thinking about it like that. And I'm thinking this coin is going places. And just thinking that I say every month, one Bitcoin Vault now is only 100 rands. Every month I spend 1,000 rands buying Bitcoin Vault. How many am I getting? By the time in 5 years' time, how much will that be worth? So you look at things like that. So without wasting any more time, let's show you what it means when you are holding on to your cryptocurrency over time. Remember, I said people became early adopters of Bitcoin, became multi-millionaires. And I'm thinking about that as I'm accumulating my Bitcoin Vault, as I'm accumulating my ADA, which is Cardano, a different cryptocurrency. I didn't talk about this one. As I'm accumulating my Solana, another cryptocurrency, as I'm accumulating whatever cryptocurrency that I'm saying, I'm accumulating this for the future. What am I thinking about? This. Look at what Bitcoin did. 2010, one Bitcoin. Those who told me how long, when they got introduced to Bitcoin and they didn't do anything about it, watch this. 2010, instead of buying Vuvuzela, Makarapa, you could have bought Bitcoin. One was 1 rand 40. 140 rands would have given you 100 coins. In 2012, when one Bitcoin was now 1 rand 95 for one Bitcoin, if you still had your 100 Bitcoins, your 1 rand 40 would have grown to 19,500 rands in just 1, 2, 3 years. 1 rand 40 grown to 195. In 2013, one Bitcoin was now 9,000 rands, which means 100 Bitcoins, if you were still holding on to them, were now worth 900,000 rands. 1, 2, 3, 4 years, 1 rand 40 has grown to almost 1 million rands. That is Bitcoin. Hold on, 2014, what happens? The price drops. Now it's 4,900 rands for one coin. 100 Bitcoins are worth 490,000 rands. Still a lot of money if you only started with 1 rand 40. Let's look at what happens in 2017. That's when I was introduced to Bitcoin, 2017. Now, one Bitcoin is now 300,000 rands. How much are 100 Bitcoins worth at that time? 30 million rands. Now, I want you to imagine this. You were not a trust fund baby, so you did not inherit millions. You've never held even 100,000 rands in your bank account, 6 digits, not heard of. Suddenly, from 1 rand 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years later, the power of holding, 8 years later, from 1 rand 40, you've got 30 million rands. A lot of people that I met in here had started at that time. And they also bought a couple of Bitcoins. When it hits 300,000 rands, they are multi-millionaires. I remember December of 2017, people saying, this is the year of title deeds. What are they talking about? They were selling their cryptocurrency, selling it. Because as long as it's still in Bitcoin, you don't have money, you don't have rands, you've got Bitcoin. They sold their Bitcoin. Those who made a lot of money in their infancy started selling their Bitcoin. They were saying a year of title deeds because they're buying property cash and getting their title deeds. Now, remember what I said about supply and demand. Now you've got a lot of sellers a lot of sellers in the market. The demand is low. A lot of sellers. When you've got more sellers than you do buyers, the price drops. Now there is Livia who came in and bought Bitcoin. Oh, shame. Let me use people from the Dimagato, people who are in the YouTube. There's Dimagato. Now Dimagato is watching from YouTube. There's Dimagato now. Dimagato started with Bitcoin when it was going up. Everybody was saying, yo, this thing is going up, up, up. And Dimagato said, yo, I don't want to lose out. Dimagato took 10,000 rands, bought Bitcoin. And then just as she bought, this started going down. Because those who bought earlier have made a lot of money and they're selling. Then Dimagato thinks, yo, Dimagato is watching, né? Her 10,000 rands is now 8,000. And she's thinking, what? She sees it get to 5,000. And she's saying, and gets to 3. Dimagato says, yo, hey, before it gets to 0, let me take my money. Because Dimagato did not understand the fundamental analysis. Dimagato did not understand that with supply and demand, these things are going to happen. But because of the design of Bitcoin, the scarcity built into it, it's going to appreciate again. Yes, it's not a straight line up. There's ups and downs, but it is certainly going up. Dimagato did not know that. So what did Dimagato do? She sold. Dimagato and all the other people that bought here also started selling with the multimillionaires. And they said, hey, Bitcoin ate my money. No, they made a bad decision. So when they started selling, we call them panic sellers. So now you've got sellers, which are people who made money, the whales, we call them whales, the whales selling, and then we get the panic sellers. What are they doing? Feeding downward of the money, of the currency, and then it dropped. Boom. It dropped. 3 years later, 1, 2, 3. Not only did it get back to 300,000, it went to 350. And then a few weeks ago, we saw Bitcoin become more than 1 million rands. If Dimagato here held on, where would she be today? 3 years only. So don't come into this space with a short-term mentality. Come into this space to say, I want to create wealth over time. Because with a short-term mentality, you are going to find yourself in this space where you bought high and you are selling low. And then you say, this thing has chowed my money. It won't be the case. The story does not change. We see a similar story as well. Similar story with Bitcoin Vault. When Bitcoin Vault was launched, it was 18 rand for one coin. 18. 1,800 rands could have given you 100 coins. That was December of 2019. 1,800 rands could have given you 100 coins. Fast forward 8 months later, your 1,800 rands would have grown put too many zeros. It's 8,500 rands would have grown to 850,000 rands if you had held on. But then again, people did not buy Bitcoin Vault for 1,800 rands because the people who were investing in Bitcoin Vault already knew about Bitcoin. And they knew that people became multimillionaires with Bitcoin in 2017. So they bought with hundreds and thousands of rands. So when it got here, they became multimillionaires and they started selling. And the price dropped. Another thing I want you to look at when you're looking at Bitcoin, when you're thinking about cryptocurrency, somehow people think that when it comes to crypto, markets don't work the same way. You know, you go with your financial advisor and you say, I want to invest money. Your financial advisor sits down with you and says, okay, I'm going to give you projections over the next 5 years. All right. And they'll say you per annum, you are most likely going to be making about 9% per annum. But this is based on past history. We are seeing that in the past, this particular portfolio has been doing A, B, C, D. So, and then they say to you, but past performance does not guarantee future performance. They tell you that. Past performance does not guarantee you future performance. They tell you that, number one. Number two, they give you a view. They say you are going to get 11 or 9% per annum, per year. They tell you that. And they project it over the next 5 years. And they remind you again, past performance does not guarantee future performance. And you are happy, you go and buy the product, whether it's ETF, whether it is unit trust, you buy the product and you are happy. Now you come to crypto. Maggie, how does crypto work? And I show you these graphs and I say to you, I don't know how much you will make by next month. And you said, Maggie, but Mina, I want to know that I want a thing that will tell me that I will make 11%. Your financial advisor in that space said to you, it is not guaranteed. In crypto, you want guarantees, right? And then you say, when I say to you, you're going to make and when I say to you, past performance, we are seeing about 100% coming back, but we don't guarantee it. You say, I want that 100% guaranteed in 7 days. But your banker, your financial advisor, gave you 11% per year. You come to Maggie talking about crypto, you want to know how much you'll make in days. And you want to know it's guaranteed. And Maggie says, I don't know. Then as Maggie, lento yakho ayisebenzi, it's too slow for me. And then, Mang, I don't know, somebody comes to you and says, my brother, I can sell you this cryptocurrency. You are going to make 900%. You are going to give me 3,000 rand. It's going to be 30,000 rand in 7 days. And what do? So you say, this person says, Jabu, come. I'm going to give me 3,000. This 3,000 is going to be 30,000 in 7 days. You say, good shot. That's what I want. Maggie, who does not know? I don't want it. Who says there's no guarantees? I don't want it. And then 7 days later, they says, Jabu, we said you're going to make 30,000. You actually made 100,000. But to release this 100,000, you must give us an extra 20,000. There's Jabu. What's 20,000 when I'm going to get 100,000? You give them 20,000. And then they come and say, Jabu, you know what? Now it is actually 1 million rands. And now there's tax implications. You give us 50,000 rands. Because you wanted guarantees, you are going to get people who are going to guarantee you prices, values in the cryptocurrency space that is unheard of. And that's how you're going to lose your money. So if you think, let me just share this with you again. There's this website called CoinGecko. Okay. It can show you all the cryptocurrencies. There's Bitcoin, right? I want to show you Bitcoin, what it has done in 24 hours. 24 hours, 1 day. It started up there at 896 for one coin. At some point, it was, let me see, it was 896, 151. And then it went to 896, 300. Now it's at 881. It is not constant. Yet you want to be guaranteed. How can anybody guarantee you the next minute? I don't even know after this whether it's going to go up or down. But people are guaranteeing you and you buy it. Look here. All-time low. In 2013, one Bitcoin was 600 rands. No, the 10th of November this year, it was more than 1 million rands, one Bitcoin. Let's take you over max, the entire period that they've shown in here. Okay, you see, from there, 2013, when it was 1,000 rands for one, there it's 1 million. When we say it goes up in value over time, we're not saying it's going up in a straight line. You can see it's had its ups and downs, ups and downs. You see there, that's 2017, when it peaked at about, I can't get to the tip there. I can't get to the tip when it was 300,000. Went down to 107. Went down to 107. Then boom, started going up again. Went down there, it went up there again. You see, this year, much up there, 800 and something, then boom, it went down to 400. In this year, it's gone from 800,000 all the way to 400,000, and then all the way to 1 million. So how can anybody guarantee you anything in this space? Please don't fall for that. Do not fall, especially when people are saying you are going to realize huge returns in a short space of time. It does not happen. So that is cryptocurrency. That is Bitcoin. So you need to know these things for yourself. You need to understand. Oh, I want to show you this. When our Bitcoin vault, you must appreciate that even though this cryptocurrency is going up and down, you must appreciate that even though this cryptocurrency is going up and down, you are going to see Bitcoin vault year on year, March of 2020 to March of 2021, it went up 218%. Your bank year on year is probably offering you 9%. In its infancy, electric cash, when it started, in 5 months, it had gone up to 69%. So the moral of the story with these things, right? Let me just stop this again. The moral of the story with these things that you need to appreciate as you are going into the cryptocurrency space, you need to make money. You must own a lot of crypto. You must keep accumulating and holding on to it. When the value goes up, you want to have more money. But what we know is that every time people ask me, this is the last thing I'm going to share with you. People ask me, Maggie, can I withdraw? When can I withdraw? How much can I withdraw? You can withdraw anything you want whenever you want. But have a strategy, have a plan, understand what you want to achieve in this space. If you are looking for financial freedom, there's certain things you need to understand. 10,000 rands is not going to make you wealthy in cryptocurrency. It is not in the short term, right? Let's talk about this. Let's say I've got 10,000 rands. And I'm going to use easy numbers. Let's say 1 Bitcoin, this is the price of 1 Bitcoin. Let's say 1 Bitcoin is 1,000 rands. And you've got 10,000 rands, right? So you want to buy Bitcoin. So you're going to get, if 1 is 1,000, it means you're going to get 10 Bitcoins. This is you. And at that time, they are worth about 10,000 rands. Let's say the price of Bitcoin goes up, and now 1 Bitcoin is 2,000 rands. You still have 10 Bitcoins, but now when you look, the price is looking like this, 20,000 rands, because 1 is 2,000. You still have 10. Then you say, can I withdraw? To withdraw means you must sell Bitcoin. If you say, I want to withdraw my profit and just leave what I came in and yeah, I know, I want to withdraw what I put in and leave the profit. You do that. Now there's your money bag. You go and you withdraw. Remember, to withdraw means you must sell Bitcoin. So you sell 5 Bitcoins because 1 is 2,000 rands, you get 10,000 rands. You've bagged it, done. When you look at your 5 Bitcoins, what you're seeing now is no longer 20, you are seeing 10,000 because 1 Bitcoin is 2,000 rands. Let's say the price of Bitcoin drops to 500 one coin. Your 5 Bitcoins, you still have 5. You didn't do anything, but when you're looking, you're not seeing 10 anymore. Now you are seeing 2,500 rands because the price dropped. And you're saying, I know it was 2,000 before, I'm going to wait for it to get to 2,000 and then I'm going to sell everything or whatever you decide. So you hold on to them. Maybe it takes a year or 2 months, whatever. The price goes up again to 2,000 and you're saying good shot. Because when you are looking now, you've got 5 coins, it shows as 10,000. And you're saying, you know what? I'm not going to take chances again. This may drop. I'm going to sell. I'm going to withdraw. That's the word you use. I need to use it. I want to withdraw. You withdraw these. You've got 0. And you cashed out 10. You've got another 10. And you're saying, hey, at least I made 10,000 profit. What are you going to do with your 20,000? buy a smart TV, go on holiday, pay off debt, whatever you've done, but now you've got no Bitcoin. Did it make you a multimillionaire? It didn't. Because a lot of the time, a lot of us, Stephen, I'm getting feedback from you, so I've just muted you. So what you're going to see is that because we are limited with our funds, you are in this space. Stephen, I'm going to mute you because I'm getting feedback from you. You can unmute yourself. You can't hear me. Stephen, can you hear me? You can say this if you can hear me. Okay, can you unmute yourself if that gives you sound? Okay. So what we are finding is that a lot of us are money strapped. So you put in your 10,000 rands and a week later, something happens. And you're saying, ish, I need more money, right? So what are you going to do? You are going to sell your Bitcoin. So you stay in the cycle of not making money because you are selling and selling and selling, yet you wanted to achieve financial freedom. So you want to find yourself in a space. Let me just share this video quickly in closing. You can see this video. The more cryptocurrency coins you have, the more money you will have when the value goes up. So you are better positioned if you can collect more and more and more cryptocurrency coins. Then use them to do life. Pay off your debt, go on holiday, buy your dream car, buy your dream house. And without having to spend more money from your own pocket, get more cryptocurrency coins and get more cryptocurrency coins and get more cryptocurrency coins. And the value goes up again. You have more money. That is how real wealth is created. That is how you should create wealth. That is how many people are creating their wealth. And you are better positioned if you join them. Yeah, so you are better positioned if you are in an opportunity that allows you to spend once off and it keeps paying you in cryptocurrency so that as you are using, more money is coming in. But if you want more on that, you can talk to me after the session and then I can help you in getting into that. So the point is that you need to strategize how you can make your 10,000 rands, your 20,000 rands, your 5,000 rands to keep working for you over and over and over again. And unfortunately, that will happen not by somebody offering you crazy things, but you applying your mind and working towards getting that. But that can be handled in another session. So having said that, I promised you today, let's get to what I promised. The more, okay, it's there. Where is that? So we have come to the end of our training. And if you want to keep talking to me about anything crypto related, send me a message. Some people have already sent their messages, and those who haven't, send me a message. Tell me how you want us to continue in this mentorship and coaching. Basically, I want to understand what you want to achieve out of this and then see how we can help you to do that. You will join an exclusive Facebook group where you just keep in touch with what's happening in the crypto space, and then we can help you start your profile. It's important that you get started with the information that you have. Any questions of what you've done so far, what I think of anything, I can only give my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor, but I can assist where I can. And we are now at the end where we are going to do our ceremony and we are going to share our certificates. We are Africans, we're going to do it the African way. So as I show your certificates, make a noise. Have we still got people in YouTube? Oh, yes, we do. So let's just finish this thing off with a bang. All right, let me just take my volume up. It's as high as it can be. I'm gonna share. Where's the screen that I'm sharing? Okay. So when you see your name and you want to make a noise and you want to whatever you want to do, this thing is stuck. Please just go ahead and do what you need to do. Whatever it is that you do. Enjoy. Sorry, something went wrong there. It seems to be on one person. As I'm checking what's going on there, if you've got any questions, please. I'm just checking quickly why it's stuck on one person. Is it making sense though? Are we happy? I don't know why it's stuck on one person. Sorry, technical glitch there. Let me just solve that quickly. Do you have any questions? I'm just opening up this thing again to see why it's doing this. Are you all good? Why is it doing this?
We good, we good, we good.
You're good, you're good, you're good, you're good. Okay, seems to be sorted. Let's try again. Oh, where is it now? Okay, it seems to be sorted. I'm gonna try again. Let's see.
Amazibungo nzima mwelase.
Yeah, and that is the end of our journey. Thank you so much for being part of this training. I appreciate you. I appreciate the fact that you honored me to be your facilitator. And I just want to leave you with this. Les Brown says it's up to you. Every passing moment is another chance to turn it all around. I'm really looking forward to you having a beautiful journey in the crypto space. I'm available. Send me a message anytime you want to ask anything, and your certificates I'll be sending to you in a private message in a WhatsApp. Have a super, super blessed evening, and thank you again. The next class, if you know anybody who's interested, will be starting on the 6th of December, and it's the last one for the year. Have a super blessed evening and good night.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
My absolute pleasure. We'll see each other on WhatsApp. Bye-bye.